What if you had the secret keys to success in real estate? And those keys didn't include going to the bank, having to qualify for a bunch of debt, or needing hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your own pocket. Do you feel like that would be possible? I mean, do you feel like people can even do it that way? Well, if your answer was no to any of those, then we're here to change your mind, to show you that there's a better 2024 ahead that includes real estate assets that are our passive income producing assets. So tonight, I have a special guest, the military CEO, Johnny Lynum, the founder of the REI Genius Community, who is a one of the best multifamily real estate investors probably in the country, also doing virtual fix and flips, which is nearly unheard of. And he's an expert at that. So I brought him on here to give you guys some game and answer some questions. He and I are going to talk about the real estate market and some of the deals that we're doing, how we're doing those. So I'm super excited about this. Go ahead and hit that like button. And if you guys are new to my channel and you feel like I bring you some value, I want you to consider subscribing, or you can just be a player about it. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end, we some no-quitters. Knock it out the park, we for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves, cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance, bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
Johnny Entrepreneur, he over there sending that text. You're on mute, my brother.
What's going on, brother? Yeah, you already know. I tried to turn that ring off.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you know, we every time we have a conversation now, there's plenty of money flying through the air. So shoot, we talked on the phone earlier, and it was nuts.
Okay, I was like, man,
yeah,
I was on the phone over 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know it's that's crazy too. So Johnny, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man. Tell them just a little bit about you, what type of investing you do, and you know, what brought you here this evening.
Yeah, most definitely, man. My pleasure being here tonight with Gene, coming through by way of Northern Virginia, where I'm based out of right now. Originally from the great state of Alabama, Roll Tide. It's a sad day in Alabama nation right now. You know, Nick Saban just signed up, said he's retiring. He's retiring. He's hanging it up.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know, all great things must come to an end. But
very
you know,
cool.
so for me, you know, active duty Air Force, Lieutenant Colonel, been doing that for 18 plus years now. Got into real estate using my VA loan, moving around. Started buying HUD foreclosures with my VA entitlement. And from there, man, I kind of made the pivot in 2015 with my wife that we created our home renovation business. And, you know, we did our first fix and flip outside the Washington, D.C. area in Alexandria, Virginia. After that, we started virtually flipping houses in Birmingham, where my wife is from. And, you know, we just kind of started one house at a time, going through that process. And in 2018, after Hurricane Michael hit Panama City, Florida, when we were stationed there overnight, man, we had thousands of dilapidated houses. Hey, we took the knowledge that we had built up over years, built a team. And we've been doing 10 to 15 houses a year since 2019 in that market. Got into multifamily in 2020, bought our first 18 unit. And since then, we've bought, 4 other apartment complexes, you know, partnering with some of my clients as well, too, to get there. And it's been blessed, man. It's been a blessed journey now, you know, to have a portfolio over 14 million, over 127 units right now between single family and multifamily. So it's a blessing, man.
Man. That is amazing. And you said a lot now relatively quickly. I felt like that's been practiced because that was a whole lot. I'm like, where do I go? Because there's a lot there. So it was interesting though. You said something, man, that was pretty interesting. But for the people that are just popping on, this is Johnny Lynum, the military CEO. He's a lieutenant, United States Air Force, and super high level with multifamily. You guys know me. My name is Gene Boykin, founder of the Go Getter family. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments. Put where you're from in the comments. We like to know where people are from. Matter of fact, if you're watching us right now, drop where you're from, because I'm about to give you guys some gems on how you can get rich from your desk and your laptop sitting behind the screen. But I've got to talk to Johnny about that first, because you said something interesting, man. Now you do a lot of virtual, well, you do a reasonable amount of virtual fix and flips. Now, I remember the first time you told me that, and I was like, wait, what? When you said it, I'm like, virtual fix and flip. Now, I don't
Yeah,
like fix and flips personally. So virtual, it would seem they're more challenging, but
yeah.
you've mastered that, man. So I would love to know what got you even thinking that direction first.
Man, that's a great question. I get that a lot. It's like, what made you go outside your market? One was because I knew that, starting in Northern Virginia outside DC is super expensive. And growing up in Alabama, I'm like, well, hey, I know one place where it's a lot cheaper, it's a lot less risky, and the profit
Hmm.
is going to be dang near the same. And so I was like, okay, we gonna go take it, put the show on the road, and go to Alabama, go back to Alabama. That's what we done. But the thing with it is systems and processes. If you got the tool set, then you're gonna be good. And that's the thing that allowed me to kind of take risks. As an investor, our jobs are to manage risk. And so it's like, okay, I know how
Hmm.
to manage projects. I just need to go through it. I need to have somebody reliable on the ground, boots on the ground, and just bring it all together and lead, and and be the leader that I know I am. And so that's the thing, taking those traits from the military and bringing them to real estate and being able to be a leader in this capacity, in this space. And the rest is history.
Man, now that's amazing, honestly, because fix and flips, I mean, you and I both know that 95% of real estate investors fail.
Yes.
So yeah, fix and flips, they sound
I'll say,
great,
Gene, 95% of
Mhm.
people in life fail because they don't ever get a
Ooh,
chance. They don't figure it out.
man. What do you mean? What do you mean by figure it out?
Figure it out, to get out the matrix, to understand that that pivot on one, while they're here, and what success looks like, and the process to achieve success in life. And I think so many people, that 5%, they get it. They realize, hey, we got to move differently. We don't actually spend earn income. We make money to invest money, not to go buy stuff, to
Yes.
go get in debt with buying liabilities, but buying assets. And so many
Right.
people that, unfortunately, they're gonna work till they die if they don't change their habits and change their routines. And so that's the big
Mm.
thing. That's my passion, is educating people on the wealth building principles. But it's more than just real estate. It's bigger than real estate, because the schools have done us a disservice with how they've trained us to be employees that can just, at the drop of a dime, when the board says, hey, we need to make more money, and we can fire employee number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mhm. Then you're out. Like, yeah. And you know what's crazy is, one, I don't really do, I don't do one-on-one coaching anymore, but I did take two one-on-one students from my last live event in Houston, and
Okay.
they happen to be brothers in California. And it was an investment for them. It absolutely was, which it should be, but they just got their first deal. They got it under contract yesterday. And yeah, and so
Nice.
I had to, yeah, oh man, yeah, it's a sweet deal too. It's a beautiful deal. Buying into 150,000 in equity, subject to 2,500 due at closing. 2,500. It was supposed to go to auction tomorrow. Well, obviously we stopped that. And then so there's those two. And then I just had another session with a student before we got on here, and she's high level, super high level, I mean super high level administrator in public education. And so we were talking, and in both scenarios, they're high level, they know what to do and
Right.
how to do it, right, just naturally themselves, what they've learned and their experience along the way. And then coming, trying to unplug from the matrix, going into this new thing, as soon as the rubber meets the road, that fear kicks in, and it's like
Mm,
overwhelming. And I call it like, because I'm experienced in coaching now. I didn't set out to be a coach myself. I
right.
set out to be an investor, and then people started reaching out, and it turned into what it turned
Yep.
into. But I began to notice, 'cause I used to ask myself, why are people like doing the things that are opposite to what they even know to do, right? What they've been taught to do. And I know that they know, but when they're in the midst of a situation, one of their first situations, they're doing the exact opposite thing, and they know better. And it finally dawned on me that it's fear-based solutions, right? They
Yep.
got a fear in their mind. So I said that though to say this. My clients, they said they said, okay, so I just got to start. No more cold calling. I'm going to go do some door knocking. I'm going to get the mailers. And I said, hold on, hold on. I said, it ain't even that. I said, we don't even got to do that. I said, first, you have to have that confidence. You've got to change that confidence. You've got to have that expectation that you're going to reach your objective. And because that stuff won't work if we're not right. And I feel like people get tired of us talking about mindset, man, but it is the critical key.
Yeah, it is. And it's literally tonight I'm talking about the millionaire not mindset, but for the millionaire wealth building strategies. And one of the components of it is the psychology of money. Poor people, middle class, and wealthy people, and how they think about money. And it comes down to, unfortunately, people with a poor and middle class mindset, they want guarantees. But when you think about the wealthy and how they look at life and look at money, they're looking for opportunities.
Yes.
I'm not looking for any guarantees on nothing because I'm gonna make it happen. I want the opportunities and be in the room, the conversation, to be able to have the opportunity to put the deal together, to go forward and make, I know I can bring the ideas and solutions to whatever challenges put in front of me, and we're gonna make it work. And so I think that's the thing that we need to get past is the poor mindset and how we approach life and how we approach our challenges and look at it from a different lens. And everything will change when we change our mindset, because too many times we focus on problems and not on solutions. We focus on what we don't want to happen in our life instead of focusing on what we do want to happen in our life.
Oh my goodness. We got to walk right around our success. We got to walk right around our success to get to those limitations.
Yes.
And I mean, it's so true. And so, because the right knowledge is here, right? And it's there because if it's been done before and there's nothing new under the sun, literally, then that means that we can do it. And we have to give the possibility of success the benefit of the doubt instead of our limitations, you know? And so I talked about those students though, because with me seeing what happens a lot with students, I'm like, man, I'm really glad that the go-getter family exists now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because if we're out there a lone wolf and we're trying to do this on our own and we're in that dark room searching for that light switch, we're going to keep running face first into that wall because it's dark and we can't see, but we're looking for the light switch. So us being there, me, my team, the other students, the community, to help them and encourage them through it, I mean, it means everything for that success too. So I feel like that's another principle too, man, of what'd you say, a millionaire mindset? What'd you say, the wealth principles?
Yeah, the wealthy mindset, the wealthy wealth building strategies is what it is. I don't like to use the word rich because it's more than being rich. That it's a wealthy way of thinking, because you know you can see rich people, but you can't see wealthy people.
Right.
Wealth is silent. Rich is loud, but wealth is silent.
Yes. Wealth is content.
Yes. Ooh, that's
wealth is content, really. And even in the midst of adversity, guys, because this is the thing with real estate, right? So another one of the wealth principles is your network, right? Who are you spending your time around, right? Who is your board of directors? Because if we're around people that are pushing us forward, propelling us forward, and we know that when we're in a situation, because we're moving in a certain direction, we're studying subject 2, we're studying multifamily, so we're inevitably going to be in proximity to a situation. So if there's somebody that we can talk to, reach out to, or even put a post in a community somewhere, a platform somewhere with a question, and we know we're going to get it answered, that makes all the difference in the world to our success. That network is, gotta have it. You told me about a big old bag of money today from your network.
Yeah, we talked about a couple of them.
Ooh, we sure did. I like those. You know, I like those. Shoot, Johnny knows how to get me every time. He's like, I'm gonna keep Gene on the phone for a minute today. I'm just gonna talk about some money. So tell the viewers about this situation and hit that like button, guys, because I'm about to tell you how really Johnny attracted from the universe a situation that's really super beneficial, but it's through the experience and knowledge that he acquired and keeping his name good, because our name is worth more than gold and silver. Right. And that's what attracts it. So you got a situation today where people called you because they were brought a deal, right? They were brought a deal, but they know the guy that brought them the deal is inexperienced. So they thought you guys have some similarities with your background, professional attributes and such. So they're like, well, let's call Johnny and just get him in, make this deal so attractive
Make the
for him,
connection.
he can't say no. Yeah. So
Yep.
tell me about that. What happened? Give me some
Yeah,
deets.
so that's how it works. We won't get all the way into the specifics, but
Okay.
essentially, when it comes to multifamily and doing larger deals, that it's a team. That real estate is the ultimate team sport. And so when you bring the team together, everybody can't play point guard. If we're going to use a basketball analogy, or we use a football analogy, everyone can be the quarterback. Everybody can be the running
Mm-hmm.
back. And so
Mm-hmm.
different investors have different skill sets, different experiences, and you need that in order to reduce and lower the overall risk profile for
Yes.
the renovation. And so one of the things that we've been working on for the last few months is building a
Mm-hmm.
team around 175 unit new construction
Mm-hmm.
in California. And
Mm-hmm.
I got brought on and approached to come onto the team to provide some operational experience and support to the team as we go through the construction phase and that side of it. And it was a really, really sweet deal, that comes with its own salary and with, ownership options as well, too. So, it's a
Yes.
blessing. But that's the thing I tell people: if you're on the sideline, you're not scoring, you're not putting up any points. Nobody's watching you in the stands. You got to be in the game, whether you
Got to
miss a shot. Because guess what? If you're not shooting shots, you're not hitting, you're not scoring any baskets. And so that's the
exactly.
thing that you got to do. When people see you're out here, you're faithful to the process, you're doing deals, you're in the arena, you're taking shots, good things are going to happen when you're living on purpose and you're walking and you're moving out towards your destiny, towards your success and the goals. And I'm a true believer that the universe and everything is going to align to help you be successful when you have that positive mindset that's pushing you. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited about 24, man. I'm super excited about
Ooh.
what we're doing individually,
Yes.
man. But I'm just
Mm-hmm.
excited about the proxy, everybody within our proximity, because there's power in proximity. And everybody that's aligned with
Absolutely.
us, around us, and that we're gonna see and be a part of a lot of people's success this year.
Oh my goodness, an unbelievable amount of people are yeah, we're going to help them to be successful. We're going to be around their success. We're going to get success because of their success. And
100%.
so, yeah, when we're all bearing fruit and being fruitful to others, then it's only a natural side effect that our cups will overflow too. And it's funny that you say that, because that I almost today, I wrote it down, man, what you said too, man. So that's why I got to say this, because that was a bar. I was like, man, let me get my notebook. I'm tired of this, because I'd be like, oh yeah, that's good. Let me um but you said faithful to the process. You got to be faithful to the process. Oh my goodness. That's strong. That's heavy, because a lot of people will not be faithful to the process. They want to skip
Yep.
ahead, or they want to think that they know this part already because they already have past experience and such and such and so and so. So they don't need to learn that part.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Or when things get difficult, they talk themselves out of it, right? Those limitations, seeking them out. Well, what if this and what if that and what if this and what if that? And I don't know until we're in it. Like, I know we're getting to our goal. So I know if it pops up, it's what if ass is going to get moved out the way,
Yep.
right? So today, though, on the deal that my one-on-one students they literally just got it under contract. I just stopped that foreclosure auction. It was a saga. I recorded it for them, so we're going to be checking that out tonight in the inner circle. But
Nice.
I swear, Johnny, I was about 2 minutes from either texting them or calling them, and pretty much saying what you kind of just said. It's like, hey, you guys swung the bat. It's cool. You didn't hit this one. You didn't knock this one out the park, but you swung the bat. Now you make those adjustments that need to be
Yep.
made from swinging the bat, and but you also said, man, that you're a true believer that the universe is going to align when we're in alignment with it.
Yes.
How can we win? How can we win and get to our goal if we're like, well, what if this and what if that? And I can't do that, but I'm trying to do that. This goal, it doesn't even go together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that was strong. Now Johnny's talking about what we doing too. We got some stuff going on for y'all. We're gonna get into that, man. Just know we're gonna put this together for you guys so that you guys can execute. This is gonna be amazing. Johnny, talk to me. You got a free training right now, don't you?
Yeah, man, we're right now going into day 3. Actually, when I get off this live at 8 Eastern Standard Time, my success roadmap challenge that where we're taking people and we're helping them build their success roadmap for 2024 this week. Walking
Mm,
through 5 pillars of success. Mindset was Monday night, no brainer. But last night we talked about goal setting, gave them a couple frameworks on goal setting. Tonight we're talking about those wealth building strategies, and I'm gonna talk specifically about the asset class multifamily that I have experience
mm,
with, and giving them those ideas there. Tomorrow's night,
mm-hmm,
masterminds, mentorship, and networking. And then Friday night's gonna be take action. How do we bring it all together, set them up for success, take action going
mm-hmm.
into this new year? So, man, it's been a blessing, man, just to see the transformations that's happening, the connections that's being made in the group, the
Yes.
conversations, people sharing, their goals, their
Mm-hmm.
challenges that they're facing right now, and just seeing other people being genuinely concerned and offering support to people they hadn't even met before this challenge that came in.
Yes.
So it's really cool to kind of see all these people come together, and I'm kind of in the middle of it, in the midst of it, the catalyst. We're kind of putting this event together. So it's good.
Yes.
It's transforming me. It's working on me. It's turning me into
Right.
and taking me to another level. So it's been all good.
Yes. We're always works in progress too, man. Just because I mean, if you have a coach, guys out here, if you have a mentor, if your mentor doesn't have a mentor, there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a problem with that. So you'll want to take a closer look at that. But Johnny's having that free training, and then I've got a free training coming up next week myself too. But it's all leading up to February 22nd in Houston, Texas, at the Sheridan North Intercontinental in Houston, Texas. I'll be there for the How to Break the Real Estate Money Code 2 live event. It's a 4-day workshop, and I was like, you know what? The first event, the first How to Break the Real Estate Money Code in Houston was amazing. I had my attorney there. I had my accountant there. And then Jamel Gibbs was there as well, talking about some wholesaling and how people could, put some gas money in the tank, get that thing going a little bit. And they loved it too. There's great information. So I thought, man, for number 2, we got to try to knock this thing all the way out the park, hit the grand slam. So Johnny and I have been talking about a lot of money lately. So I already knew to bring Johnny on down. Ask Johnny, man, if he would come through and sprinkle some of that multifamily, REI genius information and results on us in Houston. So Johnny's going to be there, guys, teaching you guys his multifamily steps. He's got a program for that, and that's part of the 3-day. But then we've got a 4th bonus day, guys, where Johnny is going to be talking about raising private money. I'll let him kind of get into that, and then I'll be teaching you guys the other half of the day, quiet title actions, the art of buying a $100 house. Yes, they are. That's amazing. So guys, we're going to give you guys the blueprint on how we not only did it, but how we're doing it. Okay. And we have these communities of high level people that are high level in their own right. And they're buying houses. They're buying multifamily, big number multifamily, medium number multifamily with ownership, not just a sliver of a door. And so imagine networking with that group of people. Imagine feeling that energy, being in that moment while gaining that specific knowledge that's going to get you the result that's going to change the way that bank account looks, right? It's going to get you a different outcome on your income. But if you want to change the results, you got to change you first. So we're giving you those opportunities. So, man, I was glad that Johnny's coming down with that multifamily. Go, Johnny. Now you got a lot of deals going on. What are you going to be showing the people at the How to Break the Real Estate Money Code event, my brother?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. One of the things you just said that about the money is a lag indicator.
Explain that a little bit
Yeah,
for the
so money
people.
is a lag indicator that you got to do the work, and money is just a result of you actually going through with it, coming with an idea and addressing some challenge or some need that exists in the marketplace, whether it's a motivated seller, someone going through foreclosure. The money and the asset is just the indicator on the back end, so that's just the proof at the end. So there's a lot, and that's why I tell people you got to come and look before you got to fall in love with the process, because we're in the process
Yes,
way longer than we are in the results. And so the results are a
absolutely.
lag indicator because we've been faithful to the process. We've done the work. We put in the work. we got the scars and we got the battle scars, and we're right there, and we're standing triumphant, and that's our war chest
Mhm.
at the end of the day.
Yes. Yes. And man, you said it, man. Look, bringing the money. So we got how to raise private money, and Johnny does that, on a super high level. There's an artistry to that, especially in the multifamily space, because you're talking about a lot more money in the deals and logistically too, with things. So Johnny's giving you the multifamily in the 3-day, and then how to bring the money as well. So imagine, guys, you're bringing the money from somewhere else based off of that lag. Reminded me of my bad golf swing. I'm glad my real estate swing's much better because
Mine
the
too.
lag. Yeah, yeah, I've seen a couple of yours. I ain't posting mine too much, but the lag. Johnny said it. We've got to stop. We've got to stop pursuing the money, right? Pursuing the success and attracting it, that lag indicator. What type of momentum are you building up and pushing towards? And so you're bringing the money, you're bringing the deal. You went and found the deal with the off market. Johnny knows some great tips. I'm going to be showing you guys some great tips. You're bringing the deal, bringing the money, and then you're bringing the knowledge on how to execute this deal, right? So the only place that you stand in that scenario, in that equation, is to win. That's it.
Yeah,
And it's about the knowledge that you have and the proximity, that you're in. We're going to give you the tools. Oh, I'm excited about it.
I am too. I am too.
Yeah.
Texas,
Yeah.
anytime I can come to Texas and get some good old fashioned Texas barbecue, that
Mhm.
I'm there.
Mhm.
I'm there. And but I'm really passionate about real estate for those that don't know already. And
Mhm.
to come in, and so we're gonna dive in on the multifamily, on how we find the deals, how you can find deals right now in your market,
Yes.
how to underwrite the deals, how to understand, is this really a deal? And we're actually gonna go through it. I'm gonna share and make it simple. I'm gonna break it down. I got a minor
Mhm.
in math, but we're gonna break it down. I tell people, a lot of people get intimidated with real estate and number. I'm like, we're using fifth grade math. Don't be
Yep.
intimidated. If you made it through the
Right.
fifth grade, you're good. We're adding, we're subtracting, we're multiplying, dividing. No calculus,
That's it.
no pre-algebra, no geometry, no trigonometry, none of that. We're getting it right in with
Mhm.
basic math. And so come with an open mind, come expecting to learn what you need to transform your life. If you come with that expectation, you'll definitely get met with the solutions that you seek. And so that's the thing that we're working on, that we're going to be teaching you how to underwrite the
Mhm.
deals. We're going to talk about the different financing options. I'm going to show you how you can creatively finance and create win-win solutions for both you and the seller, where you don't have
Ooh.
to come up with 10, 20% down. Um,
Mhm.
in order to buy investment property, like Gene said, like you can become the bank, because guess what? You're
Mm.
writing the terms and you're writing the note, and then the seller's agreeing to be the bank for you. And so just going through that
Yes.
process, how to leverage contractors to go through and
Mhm.
execute a business plan to renovate in order to force appreciate. That's the thing I love about multifamily. We're not tied to what our neighbor down the street sold their property for within the last 6 months. What they care about is how much income is our apartment producing. And I'm going to show you all the
Mm.
different ways how you can increase the income in an apartment, and then also how you can lower your expenses in order to drive up that value. And so we're going to talk about all that
Yes.
in just the asset management. Once you get it up and running, how do you manage it
Mm.
as an astute investor? And how do
Yes.
you find the next one and build that portfolio? So we're
Mm.
breaking all that down.
Yes, that sounded real nerdy and I loved it. Woo! Yes, because now that made me want to get super nerdy with the information. Look, guys, it's a perfect marriage too. And understand this. This is the thing. If Johnny's talking about the multifamily and raising private capital, right? And creative. He said creative financing in there with the multifamily. So you don't even necessarily have to be in the property management aspect of it. You could bring a deal to the table and walk away with easily 40, 50, 60,000 plus. What is your student walking away with on that deal, Reggie, that he did with you?
Man, we gotta go look at those numbers. That refinance is coming up this year. That's one of my
Mm-hmm.
top goals, to kind of make sure we get that across the finish line. But he's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
looking at a nice lump sum somewhere, probably. I'm like putting everybody's numbers out there, but it's gonna be a couple hundred K
Give or
easy.
take. Ooh,
Uh,
wee now.
and
Yeah.
so that's where it's gonna be at, based off his ownership in the deal
Mhm.
that he found.
Okay.
And
Okay. Yeah.
but that return on investment, we're talking thousands of percent.
Yes.
Damn near infinite return.
Yeah, it
Just
wouldn't even sound real if you said it.
He didn't have to put that much money in at all.
Nope. He paid for coaching and paid for the knowledge and to be in proximity, but he had a desire too and a commitment because I
Yes.
seen it when he was a student. I remember coming talking to your students in your inner circle or group coaching that you had. And I remember Reggie, man, he had plenty of questions, man. And that shows me the curiosity. And then the next thing I know, man, what? It's a big old deal in the making now. It's a big old deal in the making. And so he's walking away with a couple hundred, on that with cash flowing it throughout. You guys have been cash flowing since you got the acquisition. And there's kind of some, because this is a 90 some odd unit deal, right?
Yeah. It ended up working with multiple deals, ended up being 96 units.
Yeah. So, yep. Component parts. There's component pieces. And so guys, if we can componentize our skill set and master each skill set. And what we're doing, what the Go Getter family has done for y'all is put you guys in proximity to, if you componentize one skill set, whether that's acquisitions, and you get a deal under contract and you're really, really good at that. So now you want to move to the next component, but you need some gas money. Well, you got that deal under contract. All you got to do is just look at the Go Getter family and REI Genius community the wrong way. Look like your lips about to say the word deal. I'm about to be on you. Like, hey, what's up? Come on, let's talk. So we're putting you in proximity to that. But you've got to make the decision, though. Right? You got to decide that you want to win, that you're gonna win, that there isn't even any other sort of outcome because the tools are there. I'm super excited.
Yeah, woo. I love it, man. These principles, they're universal. The principles of real estate and what we're doing, they're universal. Whether you're black, white, purple, Hispanic, green, it doesn't matter. If you're, if you're rich, poor, wealthy, in between, or don't know where. It's like the principles of wealth are universal. They don't change. They don't discriminate. That at all. Once you get the information and you take action and you build and live and focus on these principles. Yeah, the work is going to work, or as we say, the math is going to have, because that's what it comes down to.
You can't help but win. Yeah. It's like an inevitable outcome of you deciding first off, and then making it really micro decisions on a day-to-day basis, because it's the decisions that we make, guys. But a lot of times we're making micro decisions throughout the day, right? And it's easy to make the wrong micro decision because you're like, yeah, I can do that later. Well, yeah, no, I ain't gonna call him until tomorrow. Whatever. It's really easy to make that micro decision at the time. But those micros, they pile up. And then all of a sudden you're at a decision where it's no longer micro, and you've painted yourself into a corner with all of the micro decisions along the way. So now that one big decision is so much harder because you've painted yourself into the corner that you're in based off of those little micro decisions each day. Now we're going to paint ourselves in a corner one way or another. I happen to like my corner that I'm in. Love it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice now. I like, but it's difficult. Johnny, talk to me, man, because you're a lieutenant in the United States Air Force, right? So that takes, a level of commitment, hard work, time, energy, effort, all that stuff. Yep. And then you're what I would consider one of the top multifamily investors in the country, especially with the virtual aspect that you bring to the table. Amazing, honestly. And so talk to me about how your journey was, though, when you were coming up. Were you in masterminds and things just from the jump, or were you moving around a bit, did some deals, and then we're like, okay, it's time? Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, no, it's great because, we all, we sit back and you see the success and you hear the big numbers and you're like, okay, it didn't, you think initially everybody thinks it happens overnight. They don't see the years behind it, the hard work. It's almost like the success. You see the tip of the iceberg, but you don't see the huge chunk of ice below the sea level that's part of it. And so, and that represents the investor journey, the setbacks, the challenges, the lumps on the head that you go through that process. So like for me, it was for the majority of my real estate investor career up until probably I joined my first mastermind in 2020. And I found a cheat code.
Mm.
Before then, it was bootstrap. I'm gonna get it out the mud.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty smart academically, and so I went through and just go sheer, just brute force. We're doing it, getting it done. I
Right.
don't really need to network with other people. And for the big thing with me, you're told you're growing up, don't talk to strangers. What's the song Drake has? No new friends. And you kind of isolate yourself. And I'm really close with my childhood friends. We're still tight knit. And so with moving around different locations and things like that, you really don't open yourself up to build authentic relationships. And so for me, it was really just go alone and push through. And I didn't really have any other real estate investors in my circle. And so it was just me, the solo entrepreneur. And around the 2020 timeframe was, I started attending virtual events and seeing the professional development, networking. And I was like, okay, it's something to this. And I joined my first mastermind in 2020, man. And it changed my life, for it's helping me put my first deal together in the apartment space, understand getting out there and meeting attorneys and seeing how I could structure deals creatively. And it changed my mindset. Then after that, I almost became a mastermind junkie, because it's like, okay, there's more information. I need to get in this room to see how they're moving and see how they're operating at this higher level and see what I need to do to bring back to my business to do X, Y, and Z. And so now I view masterminds as the cheat code for my success. It accelerates my journey because I can get in a room with people that's been running multi-million-dollar businesses for multiple years. I can get in the room and have conversations or shoot them a text message and run questions by them that I have at my level where I'm trying to build. And now I don't have to go and look on YouTube and watch all these videos or just sit here and try to figure it out and make mistakes that cost me money. I can call somebody who's been there, done that, and lean on their experience and have them benefit my success.
Damn,
but the thing is, you can't get in the room to have these conversations if you didn't grow up in there, or if you don't have family friends that are in those circles. And so that's what, the communities being able to leverage and get into the right room with people that's doing what you want to do is the cheat code, where you don't have to figure all this stuff out over 10 years. You can figure it out over 2 months.
Mm-hmm. And y'all, I'm in Iowa, my internet acting crazy. So this is the thing though, if you're just going to those rooms and you're not bringing value, you're like, what can I get? Can you help me? What can you do for me? It's more and more, it's going to be really, really difficult to get into the real rooms where deals are made and things are made to happen. You know what I mean? Man. So you started in 06 though, right?
Yeah. I bought my first property in 2006.
Oh, so you took plenty of lumps then all the way up. Your first mastermind was 2020.
Yeah, 2020. But for me, like I do project management for a living for the Air Force and everything.
Yes.
So thankfully we never lost money in a deal. For us buying a bad deal, we underestimated our renovation or we paid too much. None of that has happened. Thank the Lord. And it goes through having systems and processes from day one. And that's what I'm passionate about teaching people. Is like, it's no need to go out here and make a $20,000 mistake when you can go ahead and pick up the phone call, and you can show up for a meeting once a week and learn what other people are doing that can save you from making costly mistakes.
Yes. And so the beautiful thing is like we were talking about your student Reggie, who you guys got this multi-deal 96 unit situation that's, paying rather handsomely, as it should, for what you guys brought to the table for even the owners, to structure the deal the way that you did. He knew nothing about real estate coming in. He was a the shiny object person from the stories that he's told me, and seeing other businesses, a bunch of other businesses, and I got plenty of students like that too. But now he's a real estate professional, and Tiff and Tad in my group, they just closed a deal. As a matter of fact, me and my executive coach, Coach Jerry, we're flying to to San Antonio on Saturday to go to Tiff and Tad's Subject 2 deal that they just got last week. Beautiful house, man. Nice. Beautiful deal. Yeah. So we're going to go check out their house, tour their house, have dinner with them, of course. But they didn't know anything about real estate, but they learned, they were smart enough to get around some people that did, and they invested in themselves, but they invested in themselves with time, energy, commitment. My one-on-one students, Gerardo and Victor out in California, they just got that deal, under contract yesterday, just stopped the foreclosure auction. They didn't know anything about real estate. Gerardo quit his job, man, over making over 6 figures a year, to be 100% with the real estate game. And so proximity is another one of those wealth principles.
Yes.
Absolutely, proximity. What? Give me one. Give me another wealth principle, man.
The rich don't work for money. The wealthy don't work for money.
Ooh,
They don't work for money, and that's the thing
man.
that if you think about it as I think it's Myron Gold is talking about your money as kids, view them as as people. You want your money and deploy your money to go out, make a bunch of little babies and run those babies back.
Yes.
And you want to spend those babies, the little money that's coming back, those dividends from stocks ownership, the
Yep.
profit from fixing flips that's coming in, or the profit
Mm-hmm.
from your passive income from your rental portfolio. You want to
Mm-hmm.
spend that money. Every dime that you make from your hard sweat, blood, and tears, working 40
Mm-hmm.
hours, 60 hours a week, you should be looking to invest the majority of that money and being able now, once you figure out how to increase your income, and once that passive income is higher than your expenses, you've achieved financial freedom
You sure
because
have.
now you don't have to work and trade time to cover your expenses to live. And so that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Whether you're making 50,000 a year or 500,000 a year, there is a
Mm-hmm.
path for you to become financially free. Um,
Absolutely.
it is. It is. And a
Yep.
lot they don't teach you this in school. You're gonna think it's contrary to the belief that you probably think you got to make 100,000. There's people making $200,000-$300,000 a year that's broke.
Yep. Oh my
They
goodness,
they
a
if
ton
they
of them.
miss 1 month of their check, it's a wrap. That they can't
Mm-hmm.
make their house payment, car payments, boat payments, their second house, private schools, trips, Gucci bags, Louis
Right.
Vuitton, doing all this. I got 4 cars, a boat, and jet skis. It's like they got all this stuff, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't have contentment. They don't have peace.
Mm-hmm.
They're stressed out. They don't work out. Their health is in shambles. Their
Mm-hmm.
relationships are shambles. You think about all these people like Hollywood and athletes, like they would pay to have a stable relationship or to have, not to go somewhere and not be stressed out or worried about
Yes.
somebody's taking their money because they don't even know how to invest their own money and they're fearful
Yes.
that they're going to lose it all. Like that's not where you
100%.
want to be. If you learn how to invest and the power of compound interest and just these principles about building wealth with real estate, you will literally
Mm-hmm.
change your life wherever you are. But it all starts with that
Mm.
first decision and getting in and getting that first deal. And once you do
Mm.
those two things, your life will change for the better.
Mm-hmm. Boy, you on fire tonight too. You got that training, man. Now you better save some of the
Man,
fireworks for the training. Are you like, nah, this is just the beginning? Shoot.
you get me warmed up.
Hey, I like it, man. I love this stuff too, man, because we've went through the door and we're holding that thing open for those that want to come. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Yeah, for those that want to come, and us comparing ourselves or comparing where we're at to where another person is at is a death nail as well. One of the many that we put in our own coffin of success or freedom even, because
Mm,
everybody talks about success and money and financial freedom, but I truly believe this in my soul, that it is merely freedom that
yes.
we all want. That's it. It's freedom. And so financial freedom is a tool to help us to get freedom. But
Yep.
one way or the other, we have to buy our freedom. We have to buy it. But I will say this, it is for sale, and it's
Yep.
always for sale. Yes, and it has a price, man. But I'll tell you what though, it can't be negotiated with.
It can't.
Not that one. I don't care how good of a negotiator you think you are. You cannot negotiate with your freedom if you truly want to write your story. And that's something that very few people ever even have the opportunity to do in life. But if you guys are here tonight and you hear this information, and Johnny and I, we could sit around and not even talk and let our results just talk for us.
Right.
And the results that we get other people to talk for us, and it'll have the same effect. But if you're here tonight, that means that you have the opportunity to, you know, give opportunity the benefit of the doubt and understand that we're worth it. You're worth it. You're absolutely worth it. But when are you going to believe that?
Mm. Yeah. That's it. Because I'll
Real
tell you,
talk.
to build off that, we're running out of time. We think we got a lot of time. You really don't, because tomorrow's not promised for any of us. And when you
Mm-hmm.
think and look at everything that's going on, that I talk about the wealth and everything that I've done, but it's like my
Mm-hmm.
mom's not here to witness it.
Right.
And it's like, wow, I was like, I slept, you talked about it. Like I didn't get into my first mastermind group to 2020, but I was in real
Mm-hmm.
estate and bought my first house in '06. It's like if I had really taken it serious and didn't go into that procrastination and over analyzing things and like wasting those years when I could have been active, man, I could have like had all this success when she was here live and actually could have benefited a lot more, which if
Mm-hmm.
she could and she saw the beginnings of it and and poured into me to get me to where I'm at, no doubt. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like now, like we want to achieve our success, we wait too late. Whereas like our
Yes.
loved ones and the people around us that they can't, what's the good in finding it later in life and you squandered all your young years when they could benefit from it. And now the family and your loved ones, they don't even benefit from it because you goofed off your 20s. You just kind of crapped on your 30s, and then you just kind of coasted through your 40s, and then you started trying to figure out at 50. It's like now
Yeah.
everybody's old, they can't travel, and this, that, and
Mm-hmm.
another. You need to build wealth now so you have
Mm-hmm.
more time left on this earth to benefit from it, from the fruits of your labor, and for your
Mm.
generation and your next generation to benefit from it. But you got to take
Mm-hmm.
action.
You got to. You have to. And people kill me, man. Cause I used to hear people say the fast money thing and it don't happen overnight. And this is the thing, that those are all fallacies. They are absolute fallacies, because success loves speed. Like, it loves a great pace, a high pace. We're supposed to get rich fast. We're not supposed to get rich slow. What good does that do? If you get rich slow, it's going to take you till them golden years. I want my golden years to start today, in which they are now. And it took me 2.5 years, from the bottom to get to the level that I'm at today, and still growing. And so, guys, don't think that just because where you're at right now, this very moment, that it can't be you, because it absolutely can. Now, let
Yep.
me take this question, man, because I know you got that training, man, and I feel like this is a question for you, Johnny. um
Okay.
Wild Bill's in my academy too. This is my guy right here,
Ah,
Wild Bill.
nice.
He's a veteran. Yeah, he's a veteran as well. He says, what do you two think about buying storage build that is in foreclosure?
Take it.
Like storage
I
units?
think it's a great because there's different asset classes that you can make money in and get a return, whether it's multifamily, single family, self-storage, trailer parks, mobile home parks, RV parks, land, retail, office space. All these are different asset classes. Though you
Hmm.
make the money by being able to have the knowledge, to be able to focus in on that niche that gives you that competitive advantage. So as long as you got the knowledge in
Mm,
any of those spaces, you got to leverage. You got to figure out what it is that you know and do it. So in this one, figure out, get the
mhm,
details, get the knowledge on the foreclosure, where it's
mhm.
positioned right now, and how you can reposition it in the future to increase the income that it's going to generate. And so,
So,
at the end of the day, that it comes down to being a math problem. It's like, what are you buying it for? How much income can it produce? What can you change to
mhm,
increase the income? And then, okay, now
mhm,
project out with the pro forma. What's the new value going to be? And if
mm,
if you can get a 15% cash on cash return, then do it. Especially if you
mhm,
can raise the money and bring on some partners where you don't have
mhm,
all the risk on you, I say do it. But you want
mm.
to research because there's money to be made all over the places. The thing
All
is,
over.
it's right there in front of you. It's almost like the Matrix that you can't see it because your brain's not programmed to see the opportunity. You just see issues and
Woo!
challenges, but until you program your brain differently, you won't see the
Yeah,
opportunity that's right there in front of you that you can just reach out and grab and
yeah.
understand. Oh, if I do this and this, I can increase the value by $1 million and make $1 million in 90 days.
damn near opportunities be poking people in the eye almost sometimes, and they don't see it. I've personally witnessed that. But I had a question for you though, on top of that then. So let's say that, because we teach, understanding how titles works in my inner circle, right? Doing title research, deed research. We want to do that when we're in the midst of a deal and looking at a hot deal. So say that you did, all of those numbers, right? The pro forma
Right.
and everything. Could you then just sell that deal and not stay in it
Yeah.
at that?
100%.
You could just sell that thing. How much?
Yeah.
How much? I mean, just a ballpark, like on a storage facility, low end, just assigning it.
So it comes down to the return. So if you say you can make 15% return on the money in that deal,
Mhm.
assign it to
Mhm.
somebody that only wants 8% return on the deal. And so now
Mm.
you look and understand how much money people want. It's like, okay, I can mark it up 300,000, and if they have to
Mhm.
buy it, put 20% down, and they can make 12% return on their money. I know a real investor is going to do that deal every day. And there's enough. The thing is, you
Mm.
just got to leave enough meat on the bone that for an investor to come in and still make money. It's no different than
Mm.
wholesaling. With single family, they wholesale properties. It's just a bigger property, and it's a bigger
Mhm.
assignment fee.
Exactly. Way bigger, way bigger. And I love this follow-up question by Wild Bill. He says, can you do a lease option? You can option them. Yes, absolutely. All the
Yep.
time with commercial real estate too. There's differences and there's nuance, of course. So you wouldn't
Right.
be able to take our lease option agreement, the Go Getter Family lease option agreement for single family homes. I would never recommend that on a storage facility or something like that, because there's the nuance. But the transaction itself, the
Yeah.
structural portion of that transaction, 100%, that knowledge makes you valuable in that situation.
100%. Then that's just a matter of taking that to an attorney and to draw up a lease option agreement for you. It's easy.
Boom. Yes, yes. Beautiful thing, guys. Beautiful thing. Now, I don't want to keep Johnny on too long. He got that training coming up. I got my inner circle in about an hour, guys. So don't forget, guys, hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, you feel like we brought you some value, go ahead and consider subscribing. Go check Johnny Lynum out, the military CEO. He's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well. He's also going to be at the Go Getter Families, How to Break the Real Estate Money Code 2. Oh my goodness. And y'all, we were talking about mindset and personality types. I'm also bringing in Ike Rayford, who is DIS certified, and he's certified in the 6 working geniuses. So that is team building. And Johnny was talking about the opportunity that he was brought into, and then kind of what he teaches with multifamily in the team building aspect. The DISC is amazing. Ike will be there. And when you guys register, you're gonna take a DISC assessment, DISC behavioral assessment, and those things have changed lives in my
Yes.
community. They really have. But you're gonna take a DISC assessment. Ike's gonna go over that with you. And that's going to be amazing. Johnny's going to be doing his thing with the multifamily and then the raising private capital. I'm going to be teaching you guys subject to lease option and the agreement for deed transactions at a high level. Also going to teach you guys how to protect those assets and to hold those assets in trust, land trust. Okay. So we're going to be getting really nerdy, guys. All right. I mean, I'm just going to say it. This isn't going to be rah, rah, and, hey, let's motivate. And so we want you guys to take action and make some money. So Johnny, man, I want to thank you for coming on. We'll be talking again really, really soon. I'm super excited,
sure.
man. If you had anything else for him, man, be my guest. If not, I'll let you get on up out of here.
Hey, I want to see him in Houston. I'm gonna be there, and we're gonna bring it, and we're gonna meet you where you are and give you everything that you need to be successful. So if you're betting on yourself in 2024, I'll see you in Houston. And if not, we'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, that's it right there. I couldn't have said it any better. So y'all already know what it is. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all. And the Go Getter Family Inner Circle members were able to acquire a little bit over $4 million in real estate assets this year. It is because we have broken the real estate money code. My name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the Go Getter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. And this is where, over the past 2 years, that I have taught thousands of people from around the country how to do real estate the right way and to circumvent the traditional ways of financing. 2023 has been a ridiculous year for us in terms of real estate acquisitions. That's why February 22nd through the 25th of 2024, we are going to be having the How to Break the Real Estate Money Code 2 live event in Houston, Texas. It's going to be at the Sheraton North Houston Intercontinental. Now listen, this isn't going to be your typical event, all right? There's going to be high value content there where I'm going to reveal to you guys some of the secret strategies that we have been using to acquire these millions of dollars worth of real estate assets without ever filling out a credit application. And most times when done right, you don't even need money out of your own pocket. This isn't just a passive event where you sit there, you take notes, and you're looking down at your notepad the whole time. I'm going to be giving you guys some electrifying presentations and information that is yet to be released to the public that has helped me to scale my real estate holdings to an exponentially large amount. Not only that, I want you guys to consider the networking opportunities that are going to be available for you. There's going to be people that converge on Houston February 22nd through the 25th from all over the country and potentially all over the world. Now consider that these are all high-level individuals in their own right. The point of a business is to build up that business with systems so that the systems run the business and your team can run the business. You get to pull back and you get to spend your time at places like this while I'm at the beach making videos for you guys. So Ike Rayford will be there, and you guys that register will all be taking a DISC behavioral assessment. This is a top-notch assessment that is going to help you to build out the right team for you that builds towards your strengths and your weaknesses, to supplement those things and augment those things so that you can have a high-performing team that's going to allow you to scale your real estate business. We are literally going to be talking about how to break the real estate money code, February 22nd through the 25th. Seats are limited for this event. The last event that we had in Houston, it was a packed house, standing room only. So you're gonna wanna get your ticket as soon as possible, because once they're gone, they're gone. Also, the first 10 people to sign up, I've got a bonus for you guys, all right? You'll receive that surprise in your email, and trust me, you're gonna love it, all right? So click that link below to get registered today so that you can get the game on how you can break the real estate money code.